Students, welcome to the video. In this video, we will be discussing the unit 2, that is sewage treatment. In this video, we are going to discuss the topic Introduction to Sewage Treatment. The contents of these videos are need of sewage treatment, introduction to sewage treatment, and unit operation and process flow diagram of sewage. Now the question arises, why we want to treat the sewage or the wastewater. Wastewater collected from various communities must be ultimately returned to the receiving water or applied to the land or refused or reused after making it safe for the purpose, ensuring no danger to the human health or damage to the environment. The objective of wastewater treatment is to extract and remove various pollutant and toxicant, including suspended and dissolved material as well as pathogens present in the wastewater, so that its quality is improved to reach the permissible level of the water to be discharged or reused. The degree of treatment required depend upon the characteristic of the raw wastewater and the desired quality of the treated water for disposal or the reuse, which is eventually governed by the state regulated wastewater discharge standard or water quality standards for recycling and reuse. So in short, we can see that the wastewater collected from the various community and from all over the sources ultimately return to the receiving water. So before return to the receiving water, it need to be treated. During treatment, all the impurities in the form of, we can say, the suspended, dissolved and pathogens are removed from the wastewater, and the quality of wastewater is improved during the treatment, and thus wastewater discharge in the receiving water body or in the any stream definitely will not be harm for the aquatic life and for the entire ecosystem. Now, what are the different sewage treatments are there? A typical wastewater treatment plant consists of several treatment steps encompassing unit operation and unit processes. Now, what is meant by unit methods or unit processes? In which the application of physical forces predominant are called unit operations. Here, primarily, the physical separation of the pollutant occurs, for example, screening, grit chamber and sedimentation, etc. Whereas in the unit processes, in which the chemical or the biological reaction predominates, are called as a unit processes. In such unit, the pollutant is chemically or biologically transformed to usually smaller compound, for example, biodegradation or the chemical degradation steps. So this is called as a unit processes. So where the processes or where the wastewater is chemically and biologically transformed, it is called as a unit process. Whereas when the physical separation of the pollutant is carried out, that processes or that operations are called as a unit operations. Since the municipal as well as industrial wastewater contains physical as well as chemical pollutant, often a combination of several unit operation and unit processes are needed for the complete treatment of wastewater. So as we know, the municipal or we can say the domestic and the industrial wastewater contains different type of physical and chemical pollutant or the impurities. So because of their combination and different proportion and the concentration, we have to incorporate the different combinations of the several unit and the unit operations and unit processes. Means what? We have to apply certain physical separation units also and certain chemical and biological transformation processes also. So then it will become a complete treatment of the wastewater. But how to classify the treatment processes? The classification is basically depend upon the 4 types. First is preliminary treatment, second primary treatment, third secondary or biological treatment, and the fourth is tertiary or the advanced treatment. So now let us see what is meant by preliminary treatments. Screen. Screen is nothing but the screening of large floating material. As if you have seen the wastewater, the large floating particles or the materials are present or can be observed in the wastewater. So how to remove those floating material? So by screening we can carry out the removal of such type of large floating material. So it is called as a screening. Second is grit chamber. Now you must have observed the sand and grit particle. As the wastewater is coming from the different sources, definitely it will contain the sand and grits also, which are inert in nature. So and usually the sand and grit particles are heavier than the water. So to remove such type of sand and grits, the grit chambers are provided. Third, skimming tank. If the water or the wastewater is coming from the kitchen, hotels, then the dairy industry or the oil industry, definitely it will contain the oil and greases. It is very difficult to disintegrate or decompose the oil and greases by the biological processes, or it will take a long time for the decomposition. So the oil and greases has to be removed in the preliminary treatment or preliminary phase only. So for that the skimming tanks are provided. So skimming tanks will be responsible for the removal of oil and greases which are floating or which can be observed on the top of the wastewater. Second treatment is primary treatment. Primary treatment, the physical settling of the insoluble suspended solids from the wastewater stream, usually called a primary settling. And the second one is chemical coagulation for the floc. It is for the floc formation. Now, apart from the floating material, sand, grit, and the oil and greases, there are certain soluble and suspended solid present in the wastewater. So once the grit, floating material and oil and grease are removed in the preliminary treatment, the next phase comes the primary treatment, where the insoluble suspended solids which are observed in the wastewater will be removed by the primary settling. If possible, if the physical settling is possible, then it is carried out in the primary sedimentation. But if suppose the suspended solid remains in suspension for longer period, and if it will not get settled readily, in that case we have to carry out the chemical coagulation, where the chemicals are added which leads to the or which result in the floc formation. And once the floc is formed, then that floc which is heavier than water will start settling at the bottom, and thereby it can be removed from the wastewater. So these are the two methods under the primary treatment. Then secondary or biological treatment. The biological treatment system followed by the secondary clarification for the separation of biological solids from the main wastewater stream. The various biological treatments are activated sludge process, trickling filter, oxidation pond, anaerobic lagoons, and the UASB, etc. So here in this, if once the suspended solid will get removed in the primary treatment, if at all, if the biological solids are present in the form of organic matter, inorganic matter are present in the wastewater, definitely it will require a secondary treatment, or which is also called as a biological treatment. So here in this process, by the biological processes like biological decomposition, the entire wastewater is treated, where the organic matter is stabilized and the wastewater is treated. So by various means like activated sludge process, trickling filter, oxidation pond, and UASB and all, such type of secondary or biological treatments are carried out. Then fourth is a tertiary or the advanced treatment. Any treatment following the secondary treatment, usually for the removal of nutrients, high TDS, microbial pollutions or the pollutant, are called as a tertiary treatment. So we can say that these are the advanced, it contains the advanced treatment, where if suppose certain toxic elements, heavy metals and the microbial pollution, nutrients is to be removed, then and as it cannot be removed in the secondary or by the biological process, then definitely we have to provide the advanced treatment for the removal of such type of pollutant, and these methods are called as this treatment is called as a tertiary or the advanced treatment. So let us see what are the different types of preliminary, primary, secondary and the tertiary treatment. Here is the flow sheet which shows the unit operation and processes of the sewage treatment. If you see, the effluent is coming from the hospital. It is called as a raw sewage. Very first, the bar screen is used. It is also called as a screening operation, where all the floating materials are get removed. Then it goes to the grit chamber, where the grit, sand particle, the egg shell or the particle which are heavier than water are removed in the grit chamber. After leaving the grit chamber, the water goes to the primary clarifier, which is this stage is called as a primary stage or the primary treatment, whereas the bar screen and grit chamber comes under the preliminary stage or preliminary treatment. Now, from the primary clarifier, where the sedimentation or the suspended solids are get settled, are called as a primary clarifier. From the clarifier, to certain extent the suspended particle will get removed, and then it enters to the aeration tank, which is also called as a secondary treatment phase or the activated sludge process, or it may be a trickling filter also. So in the aeration tank, the sufficient oxygen is provided, and which accelerate and which improves the decomposition process of the by the aerobic bacteria, and then the sewage goes to the secondary clarifier, then tertiary filter, where the entire entire stabilized sludge is removed from the wastewater. And this phase, once the wastewater leaves the secondary clarifier and when it enters to the tertiary filter, this phase is called as a tertiary treatment or the advanced treatment, where the disinfection can also be carried out. Now, from this particular thing, from the secondary clarifier, to some extent the sludge is recycled. Whatever sludge is settled in the secondary clarifier is recycled, and it is recycled and returned to the aeration tank, so that there will be sufficient microorganism and the food will get available for the incoming new influent. Then once if the wastewater is not if the sludge is not recycled, then it goes to the sludge digestion tank, where the sludge is digested by the various methods, and the sludge is disposed, the dried or the dewatered sludge is disposed in safe manner. And we can also say that if required, and if the wastewater does not contain the much more organic matter, and if the sufficient treatment is carried out in the primary clarifier only, then you can then the wastewater can directly be sent to the sludge digestion tank, where the digestion of the sludge is carried out and the sludge is disposed. So in this video we have discussed the need of wastewater treatment, introduction to wastewater treatment, classification of the different unit processes and the unit operation, and the flow sheet of the wastewater treatment. Thank you for watching.